Good afternoon. What we have discussed last lecture?
Digital image processing, its functional representation, and definitions of pixels and all.
Yeah, definition of image, then definition of digital image, then some history we have seen about the image processing, and uh, also uh, why we require a digital image processing, its advantages of having digital image. So that point we have covered in last lecture. So now today we are going to discuss some of the important application areas of digital image processing, right? Means where actually there are wide range of applications nowadays. Everywhere you will find a little bit or as complex as what we can say satellite image processing, and it is as simple as selfie, the simple selfie that you are capturing through your camera. Right. So it has actually the wide range of application. It is not possible to even mention application in a single lecture, but still we will focus on some of the important applications and how that are being used in image processing. So today that point we are going to discuss. Okay. Now first and very important application is image enhancement and restoration. Obviously, I made you clear with the difference between what do you mean by enhancement and what do you mean by restoration. So keep this thing in mind. Enhancement is a subjective process, right? Where restoration is a objective process. In enhancement, we don't have any predefined mathematical model, but in case of restoration, we do have that a predefined mathematical model, because enhancement is what we can say nothing to do with the degraded image, right? For enhancement, the original image can be of a good quality, but still you want to improve its quality better than that, so it can be an enhancement. But in case of restoration, your input image should be degraded version, and that means that may be corrupted by noise, and by using some mathematical model you have to restore back to the its original what we can say version, which is noiseless or which is very appropriate. So this is what the image enhancement and restoration. Then the second application area is for the artistic effects, then medical visualization application. This is the what you can say a major area where this image processing plays a very important role, right? This is a major area. Then industrial inspection, then law enforcement, human computer interfaces, target recognition, PCB inception. So these are the what you can say a wide areas where image processing plays very important role, right? Now we will discuss one by one. Okay. Now this is what the image enhancement. Now you can see in image enhancement, it is not necessary that you have a bad quality image only, right? You have a bad quality image. So first image is as though it is a noisy image, but still up to acceptance level it is okay. But still by using some filter you have improved its perception to the vision. Perception to the vision you have improved. Now again second image, there is no noise, just a little bit a low contrast image. You have improved that image, or you have improved the contrast of image so that you will have a better perception image. So this is image enhancement. Again, these are the few examples of image enhancement. Now, following is the image restoration, right? Now you can look at this image. It is totally blurred. Even you cannot able to identify what is that. So image restoration's job is to restore any noisy image or blurred image into its original form, which is noiseless, right? So this is enhancement and this is restoration. In restoration, you can look, our original image is totally blurred, right, because of the different noise, or that can be a capturing error, right, or that image movie may be moving from one point to another point, so that moving image can be blurred because of many reasons. Now, by using some restoration model, we can de-blur that means we can remove its noise, so that's image restoration. Now, artistic effect, you all are familiar with this example. Nowadays different animation films are coming, different, what we can say, some superstitial films are coming, some fantasy films are coming, where you can see a use of graphics in a very large manner. So all because of image processing only, this all things are possible: image, graphics, then animation and all that things, right? So this is the artistic effects. That means uh, with the help of image processing only, you can able to add different effects to your picture or different effects to your video. So that is a part of image and video processing only. So this is about the artistic effect. Then medical visualization. Now you can see a sonography, then X-rays, then CT scans, chest CT, or your, what we can say, backbone CT. So these are the very wide range of applications of image processing in this medical visualization. With the what we can say, with the help of image processing only, we are we are getting all these things done for us. With the help of image processing only, even doctors are what we can say, easily able to diagnose the disease and easily able to diagnose the what we can say, abnormalities within the human body. So image processing is the key to get this thing done. Now, industrial inspection, corrupted PC, right? Or if you have a particular, at bottom image, you can see this is a pack of tablets which contain a particular 6 tablet. Now, uh, you have to identify if any tablet is missing or if any tablet is damaged. So the simple way is, every pack you have to capture its image and you have to compare with its good form, or you have to compare with its what we can say, original form. And if you find any discrepancy in that, you can simply reject that package. So in this way, some inspection work or industrial atomization process can be carried out with the help of image processing. Above example, you can see it is a, what we can say, uh, PCB, and even in that PCB you can able to see the backside component also. You can able to see the backside components also. This is a resistor. This is, means you can simply by taking image at one bow, you can inspect or you can identify any fault or any flaws in that PCB designing with the help of image processing. Similar thing you can, or this similar concept you can apply to the many things, right? With the image processing, with the help of image processing tools, and with the help of whatever the different algorithms, different filters, different theories that are included in image processing. So this is about the industrial inspection. Means you have to find the flaws without a manual interface, right? If this work has to done by manually, then it will take hours and hours, because you manually you have to check each and everything. But with the help of image processing, simply you have to what we can say, uh, apply, or you have to insert, or you have to mount one camera, and you have to pass that all package below from the camera will capture the image, and it will compare with the original one or the one who is flawless, and it will simply pass that package, or if there is a fault it will reject that package. So this is possible because of the image processing applications only. Now the next is law and enforcement. In India, this system is not implemented, but if you go to some abroad like UK, USA, and if you what we can say uh, break any signal or or if you violate any signal or if you violate any traffic rule, simply they will capture your car number, and they will simply send you the fine receipt on your email or your mobile, and you have to pay that. Simply this process is implemented in UK and USA. In India it is not implemented, but who who has made this possible? The image processing only, right? Then fingerprint analysis in case of law and enforcement, in case of what we can say criminal identification, you have to identify different fingerprints of the criminals and different person, missing person, or what we can say there are so many frauds are happening nowadays. So it is all about the, you have to identify the fingerprints for the appropriate reason and for the appropriate person. So all these applications are nowadays easy and practicable because of the image processing advancement and image processing tools. So this is also one of the crucial area where image processing plays a very important role. Then HCI, right? Human computer interface. Now different what we can say camera, different what we can say human gesture recognition, human posture recognition, face recognition. All of you might have heard about all these words. So this human computer interface is also uh, can be implemented with the help of image processing. And nowadays this is area of research for the many aspirants of image processing, and this area is becoming very important nowadays because uh, what we can say, as this COVID situation, we are moving towards a most of the contactless scene, right? Where the human contacts has to be minimum. So for that aspect, this human computer interface can help us in that way, so that we can have a much or very much human contact, and we can have the contactless system and contactless working of uh, any public system. So this is the human computer interface is also a very important area where the you can find application of image processing is very prominent. Now these are the bands where you can with the help of that bands even you can use the image processing application. So these are the typical band which range from 400 nanometer wavelength to 700 nanometer wavelength. There are different bands: x-rays, in ultraviolet, infrared, microwave, radar, radio bands. To use particular band for particular applications, and that is also one of the prominent application of image processing. Now for example, with the help of infrared imaging, means you have to what we can say transmit the infrared signal, and you can get this kind of images through satellite imaging or even some high definition cameras or some what we can say telescope, right? So you can capture these kinds of images by using infrared imaging. So at the bottom image you can see the earth satellite view with the different color that actually tells us what are the different temperature of the temperature, and what are the environmental condition of different parts of the globe on the earth. So this is also one of the what we can say prominent application of image processing, infrared imaging. Then next comes the ultraviolet imaging, right? So all these things, all these different images for the research purpose, all these things to monitor the different environmental changes, right? And Antarctic changes, South Arctic, right? So all these what we can say images you can get with the help of UV imaging applications, ultraviolet imaging applications. Similarly, all of you are familiar with this term X-ray imaging. Yes, without X-ray, even you cannot able to find a different abnormalities in your bones or muscles or different parts of the body, different organs. Because of the X-ray only, even doctors are able to diagnose a particular disease very properly. So this is all about the X-ray imaging. Then again, this is again some of the examples of X-ray imaging, where you can get the X-ray and even you can have the clear picture what is happening inside your body, what are the problems that what we can say occurred within any particular organ or within any particular system inside the body. So that is possible because of this X-ray imaging. Now gamma ray imaging, right? The picture of galaxy, picture of different stars, right? Picture of even a black hole, right? So all these made us possible with the help of this image processing application, right? With the help of different frequency, different band signal, you can capture this image and even you can process on that image with the help of image processing. So this is gamma ray imaging. Again, this is also one of the prominent example of gamma ray imaging. First slide, you can have the bone scan, right? Then PET image, that means what we can say, a image of the tissues even. A tissue is a very small, what we can say, even a microscopic organ inside our body. A cell, a tissue is a very microscopic organ or microscopic part of our body. But with the help of this gamma ray imaging, you can able to even process or even you can able to uh, get a view inside that tissue also. So this is also one of the important application. Then infrared and visible infrared band, you can have these many applications. You can have monitor of particular city or some what we can say images or some uh, low earth orbit captured images. Likewise, so many applications are also included in this visible and infrared bands. Now these are the typical bands and what we can say characteristics that you can use that particular band and you can get that image. For example, for if you want to get some visible blue, then you have to use the 4.45 to 0.52 nanometer micrometer wavelength signal, and you can get that maximum water penetration. That means its characteristics. Now this table is made available by the NASA satellite. That means for capturing which image, which wavelength signal you have to use, it is mentioned in this table and what are the characteristics and use of it. For example, if you want to monitor some soil moisture or thermal mapping, then you have to use the thermal infrared signal, which is of the range 10.4 to 12.5 wavelength. So these are the some of the particular applications and areas where you have to use that particular signal and you can get that particular information. Now GSI, Geographic Information System. Now just 15 days back, Mumbai and the what we can say the seashore of the Maharashtra got hit by the that Nisarg, right, cyclone. Nisarg cyclone, and the our what we can say weather forecasting department had and the observatory had predicted that cyclone
Meteorology department,
is
sir.
going to hit, yeah, before 4 5 days. Now who give them the idea that this cyclone is traveling towards the Mumbai and they are going to hit these cities? So it's all about the geographic information system. Through satellite they are constantly monitoring that cyclone, whether it is moving, what is its speed, which area it may affect when we, and which cities that may get affected with the help of this cyclone. So all these things made possible with the help of this image processing tool only. They are monitoring that continuous cyclone with the help of satellite imaging, and they are continuously taking the satellite pictures and they are extracting some information out of that, and they are telling that this many days, this many hours, this many speed of that cyclone is, and all that thing. So this is about the geographic information system. And nowadays every observatory, every weather forecasting department, they are using some high-end tools which are continuously monitor the environmental changes, and they are able to predict the events, different hazards, right? So this is also one of the prominent area of image processing. Next one is industrial inspection. uh, are you getting my voice clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. And even are you getting my screen also?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now industrial inspection. So this I have already explained you. Now you can see this that bottle image, and what you can identify, this bottle is half filled, right? So if you want to check it manually, it may consume much time. But if you set a particular image processing system, so it will simply automatically detect the empty bottle, and it will reject that product. So there are many applications similar to this, right? Many industrial inspection applications related to image processing, and they are playing a very much important role nowadays in industry, because these operations can be done automatically with the help of image processing. Those are actually previously done with the help of some manually, or with the help of some human interface. So nowadays there is no human interface. It will get detected automatically, and the product which is faulty, which is also get rejected by the system itself. So these are the some applications of in industrial inspection applications of image processing. Again, imaging in microwave band, right? So fingerprint, this I have mentioned you, this number plate detection, number plate processing. So there we are using microwave rays or microwave band of the signal, and we are capturing that, and we are processing that. So these are the applications related to a microwave band image processing. Now in a radio band, you can have these many applications, right? A bone marrow detection, then what we can say, a cell detection, a tissue detection, as I already mentioned here. So these are the applications, radio band applications of image processing. Means you can get the idea, each and everywhere you can able to apply, or you can able to find the application of image processing in your day-to-day life. Your mobile is one of the good example of image processing application. Without image processing, even you are not able to take a single picture with your camera. But nowadays you can able to take a 21 megapixel image with the help of that on a single your shot, and what we can say, very small device called as cell phone. So image processing help us to get it done. So these are the again the PCB inspection. So this is also what we can say widely used industrial application. What happens here, the above pictures are the what we can say, x-ray images of PCB, and by using that x-ray image you can actually inspect where there is a fault in connections in PCB or not. Means every track is connected to each other properly or not, you can detect with the help of this x-ray imaging or PCB inspection. So this is the machine where all things are done manually, and just what we can say, you need to observe the things, and it will get faulty product will get rejected automatically, and the good products will get out. So this is PCB inspection machine. You have to simply insert the PCB, and if it is good or bad, the signal will tell you what kind of PCB it is, means whether it is faulty or it is faultless. So automatically that will get done, and you can get the good quality product. So this is also a very important application in industry of image processing, that is PCB inspection. Object recognition. So Have you heard about the that what we can say, in airport, even in railway station, you can have that scanner, right? Which can look inside your baggage and it will detect unwanted objects. Means if you are carrying any weapon, if you are carrying any armament, all that will get detected with the help of this object recognition. You all are aware of this application in airport and in railway stations. दिस इज वाईडली यूज. माहितीये का नाही सगळ्यांना? स्कॅनर असतो बघा, त्याच्यात तुम्ही तुमचं बॅगेज सामान टाकलं की ते स्कॅन होऊन येतं आणि द पर्सन हु इज ऑब्झर्विंग दॅट विल विल एबल टू आयडेंटिफाय if you are carrying any unwanted thing or not. So this is the object recognition. Next is target detection. So this is also one of the important application where actually this is used for the military purpose and for the war purpose. So with the help of some night vision cameras or some infrared cameras or what we can say, some infrared cameras, you can detect some of the hidden targets, and with the help of night vision camera also you can able to see what we can say at the place where there is no light, no light is present. That means even you can able to detect the objects within the darkest place also with the help of this target recognition and image processing. With the help of course there are a lot many sensors you require, but you can get that and you can process that with the help of image processing. So target recognition is also one of the very prominent area of application in case of image processing. So these are the what we can say applications that we have discussed up till now. Now we will discuss fundamental steps in digital image processing. So all of you clear about the different applications where we can use the image processing, video processing? All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, next point of our discussion is fundamental steps in image processing. Now, these are the fundamental steps that one must have to go with while processing or while what we can say analyzing any image. So these are the blocks that you can find. First one is the image acquisition, then image filtering and enhancement, image restoration, then color image processing, then wavelet and multi-resolution processing, then image compression, morphological processing, image segmentation, image representation and description, and last one is object recognition. So these are the different steps, or you can say these are the different steps that you can carry out or you can apply onto your knowledge base. And what is knowledge base? Knowledge base is your actually the image or the target or the what we can say your input that you want to process and you want to get the output. So knowledge base is that, and these are the different, you can say, steps can be nothing but applications. These are the different applications that you can apply onto your image depending upon your requirement, and you can get the appropriate image out of that. So these are the essential and required steps that you need to carry it out. Again, remember, you need not to apply each and every step simultaneously. No, that depending upon your application. For example, if I want to just increase the contrast of my image, only I will go for the image enhancement tool. That means this part. I will not go for a segmentation, compression and all that. No, that means depending upon your application, which block you have to use, that you have to decide. It is not hard and fast that you have to use each and every block simultaneously. No, depending upon your application. Suppose in case of I have to particular detect some object, so I will go for object recognition block or object recognition application. In that case, I may skip this restoration part, compression part, segmentation part. No, because my interest is to recognize the object. So I will apply that part of the step, right? So these are the steps that you can apply, but it is nowhere mentioned that you have to apply each and every step simultaneously. No, you can apply a single step or you can apply a multiple steps or multiple applications on your knowledge base, and you can get the output depending upon your application. म्हणजे ह्याच्यात एवढे ब्लॉक आहेत म्हणजे ते दरवेळी सगळेच अप्लाय केले पाहिजे तसं नाही. यातला कुठलाही एक किंवा ऍप्लिकेशन प्रमाणे तुम्ही एक किंवा दोन किंवा तीन किंवा जर का सगळेच ब्लॉक तुम्हाला लागणार असतील तर सगळ्या ब्लॉकचा यूज करून, या सगळ्या स्टेपचा यूज करून यू कॅन गेट द आउटपुट इमेज. आलंय लक्षात? म्हणजे तुमचं ऍप्लिकेशन काय त्याप्रमाणे तुम्ही यातला कुठला ब्लॉक वापरायचा ते ठरवायचं. इफ सपोज यू वॉन्ट टू कॉम्प्रेस युअर इमेज, यू हॅव टू सिम्पली गो फॉर द कॉम्प्रेशन ब्लॉक. त्यासाठी तुम्हाला रेकॉग्नाइज किंवा एनहान्समेंट करायची काय गरज आहे? नो, यू कॅन गो फॉर सिम्पली कॉम्प्रेशन ब्लॉक, राईट. इफ यू वॉन्ट टू पार्टिशन इमेज इंटू टू साइड, म्हणजे तुम्हाला इमेजचे तुकडे करायचे, सेगमेंटेशन करायचे, you simply go for the segmentation block, that segmentation step, and you can get your work done. It is not necessary that first you have to apply restore image, enhance image. No, yes, one block is common, that is image acquisition. Unless and until you acquire the image, right, you cannot apply these steps. This image acquisition has to be there. कुठल्या इमेजवर तुम्हाला प्रोसेस करायचं, ती इमेज तुम्हाला घेणं कर्मप्राप्त आहे का नाही? त्यामुळे इमेज ऍक्विजिशन इज इम्पॉर्टंट, बट रेस्ट ऑफ द स्टेप्स यू कॅन अप्लाय डिपेंडिंग अपॉन युअर ऍप्लिकेशन. It is not necessary that you have to apply each and every step compulsory. No, it is not the case. Depending upon your application, you have to decide which step you will require and you have to apply that. Application प्रमाणे ठरवायचं आहे की एनहान्समेंट, रिस्टोरेशन प्रोसेस, कलर इमेज प्रोसेसिंग, वेवलेट, कॉम्प्रेशन, मॉर्फॉलॉजिकल प्रोसेसिंग, सेगमेंटेशन, रिप्रेझेंटेशन, ऑब्जेक्ट रिकॉग्निशन. तुमच्या ऍप्लिकेशन प्रमाणे यापैकी तुम्हाला काय लागणार आहे हे तुम्ही ठरवायचं आहे. And you have to apply that step to your knowledge base. That means your image or your target that you want to process. समजलंय? Okay. Now we will discuss each and every step in detail, step by step. Okay. Now first step is image acquisition. Now in this image acquisition step, your role is to first capture the image or acquire the image, right? So you can able to visualize with the help of this diagram. This is your targeted image, right? Sunlight is what you can say, it is illuminating with the help of sunlight, and you are capturing the light that is reflected from this image, right? So this light will get captured by some imaging system or some light detecting sensor, and that sensor will convert that input light into appropriate image. बरोबर आहे? म्हणजे कुठलंही एखादं टार्गेट असतं ते तुम्हाला कसं तुम्ही कॅमेऱ्यात कॅप्चर करता, जो तुमचा सराउंडिंगचा लाईट असतो तो त्या ऑब्जेक्टवर पडत असतो आणि त्या ऑब्जेक्ट पासून तो रिफ्लेक्ट होत असतो. तो रिफ्लेक्टेड लाईट तुम्ही कॅप्चर करता आणि त्याची अप्रोप्रिएट इमेज तुम्ही बनवता. इव्हन आपल्या डोळ्यात सुद्धा तसंच होतं. जेव्हा आपण एखादी गोष्ट बघतो तेव्हा त्याचा जो रिफ्लेक्टेड राहील आपल्या डोळ्यात येतो, आणि देन with the help of the rods, cones, and our what we can say, the visualization system in our eye, we can able to recognize that object. की हा हे झाड आहे, हे बस आहे, ही गाडी आहे. With the help of that you can able to capture the image. त्यामुळे इमेज ऍक्विजिशन म्हणजे काय? वी हॅव टू कॅप्चर द इमेज. नॉर्मल इमेज ऍक्विजिशनचे प्रिन्सिपल काय असतं? कुठलाही ऑब्जेक्ट असतो त्याच्यावर लाईट पडला की तो इल्युमिनेट होतो, बरोबर आहे? त्यातनं काही लाईट रिफ्लेक्ट होतो. तो रिफ्लेक्टेड लाईट जो आहे तो आपण कॅप्चर करतो विथ द हेल्प ऑफ सेन्सर्स, विथ द हेल्प ऑफ डिफरंट सिस्टीम, दॅट इज इमेजिंग सिस्टीम, अँड दॅट इमेजिंग सिस्टीम विल प्रोड्यूस इट्स अप्रोप्रिएट इमेज. ती इमेजिंग सिस्टीमची एक अप्रोप्रिएट इमेज बनवते, दॅट इज अनालॉग इमेज. अँड इफ यू कन्वर्ट दॅट अनालॉग इनटू अ डिजिटल इमेज, you will get the digital image. म्हणजे you can have a look on this diagram. This is your target. With the help of this some illumination energy, this you are what we can say throwing light on the target. This light will reflect some of the light. This reflected light you are capturing with the help of this imaging system. This imaging system will produce this image, this appropriate image, that is analog form, and after converting that into a digital form, you are getting this digital image. समजलंय इमेज कशी कॅप्चर होते ते? दिस इज द इमेज ऍक्विजिशन पार्ट. ओके. नाउ नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज इमेज एनहान्समेंट, राइट? What is image enhancement? Here the original image was of low contrast. After image enhancement, we have simply improved its contrast. That's it. Original image was noiseless, but simply of low contrast. त्याच्यात एरर कुठली नव्हती, फक्त कॉन्ट्रास्ट कमी होता. आपण काय केलं, त्याचा कॉन्ट्रास्ट फक्त वाढवला. दॅट्स वाय आय एम व्हॉट वी कॅन से, आय हॅव ऑलरेडी मेन्शन्ड यू, इमेज एनहान्समेंट इज अ subjective process, right? So this is the typical step in which we are simply changing the contrast or some what we can say color combination of the image. That's it. That is only we are doing in the image enhancement process. Now next is the image restoration. Now you can able to see the original image, what itself is a very corrupted image because of the noise. Original image kashi hai? Corrupted image hai. After restoration, you are getting a very good quality image. So this application or this process we are what we can say doing under this image restoration step or image restoration application. So this is about image restoration. Then next is a color image processing. So previously you have what we can say a black and white image. You have transferred that image into a color image. So this is what the color image processing is. Now wavelet and wavelet processing means what? You can what we can say split, or you can have a different degree of resolution of your original image by using wavelet transform. Means wavelet transform can split your image into various degree of resolution, and each degree of resolution you can have a different attributes. Each degree of resolution you can get the different attributes. So this is wavelet processing. This wavelet processing, color image processing, again this all parts we are going to discuss later as we what we can say as we continue with our syllabus. Okay, for time being, just remember wavelet is nothing but you can split your image into different degree of resolution. So this is the wavelet transform. And what we can say most widely used application of wavelet transform is image compression. Image compression मध्ये हा wavelet transform खूप use होतो. Then compression, as the name indicates, what you are getting, a compressed version of image without losing its quality. म्हणजे you have to compress the size of image without losing its quality. This is the original image. At the left hand side you can able to see the original image. At the right hand side you have the compressed image. See, quality is much same, but the size got reduced. Right, compression ratio is 6.69%, means what? You have reduced the size with that compression ratio, right? So this is the compression. Next is morphological image processing. So this typical step or this typical applications you can use to extract some geometrical shape of the object, right? For example, fingerprints. If you want to detect a shape of that particular object, if you want to detect particular shape of the what we can say the target, right? You have some target picture, and if you want to detect a different shapes within that target, so you can have that morphological processing application. So, and it also can be used in fingerprint recognition, fingerprint detection also. So this is about the morphological processing. Now next step is segmentation, right? Image segmentation. That is what you can what you can do here. You can segment these two image into two different parts, right? As we have segmented this image here, this is a one picture, but now you can extract any of the image and you can separate that image with the help of image segmentation. With the help of image segmentation, you can extract that image into a different image only. This is the image segmentation application. Then representation and description actually will follow the output of segmentation. That means once you have segmented, you have to represent that and you have to describe that. Means जे एखादी इमेज तुम्ही सेगमेंट केली की त्यानंतर रिप्रेझेंटेशन आणि डिस्क्रिप्शन तुम्हाला करावंच लागतं. हाऊ यू कॅन डू दॅट? विथ अ डिफरंट बाउंड्री recognition technique or the region recognition technique, or region description or boundary description. Boundary description means what? You have to exactly follow the boundary of that image. That means only an outline part. And region description means what? Within that image, If you want to again split that image into its sub part, then you have to go for the region description. Means region boundary is a entire image and region is a small part within that image. So this is about the representation and description. And always remember, this representation and description will follow output of segmentation. Then the last step is object recognition. So with the help of this, we already discussed this. You can recognize different objects and even you can get the information out of that. So these are the fundamental steps in digital image processing, right? You can go for enhancement, you can go for restoration, you can go for color image processing, you can go for wavelet transform. Each and every step has its own purpose. प्रत्येक स्टेपचा एक स्वतःचा एक पर्पज आहे. सो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन युअर ऍप्लिकेशन यू हॅव टू डिसाइड विच स्टेप यू नीड टू फॉलो. ऍप्लिकेशन वरनं तुम्ही ठरवायचं की आपल्याला यातली कुठली स्टेप वापरायची आहे किंवा कुठल्या स्टेप लागणार आहेत आणि त्या स्टेप तुम्ही फॉलो करायच्या. राईट. सो these are the fundamental steps in digital image processing. And now we have discussed all these steps. Now in these steps, acquisition, enhancement, restoration, color restoration, wavelet and morphological processing, ह्या ज्या स्टेप्स असतात ह्याचं आउटपुट कंपल्सरी इमेजच असतात. दॅट मीन्स वी हॅव डिस्कस द टाइप्स ऑफ इमेज प्रोसेसिंग. इमेज टू इमेज प्रोसेसिंग म्हणजे ह्या ज्या स्टेप्स आहेत दीज आर ऑल आर लो लेवल प्रोसेसेस. म्हणजे इमेज प्रोसेसिंग ऍप्लिकेशन्स आहेत. म्हणजे ह्या सगळ्याचं इनपुट सुद्धा इमेज असते आणि आउटपुट सुद्धा इमेज असते. राईट. ऑल these steps will reproduce the output as a image only. But in case of segmentation, representation, recognition, and sometimes even a morphological processing, the output of these steps may not be the image. Instead, it is attributes of the image. म्हणजे image to information processing. बरोबर आहे. एवढ्या स्टेजचं आउटपुट काय मिळतं तुम्हाला? इमेज ओनली. दॅट मीन्स दीज steps can be considered as a low level processes and these steps can be considered as a mid level processes. That means image to attributes. Attributes is nothing but kind of information. त्या इमेज मधनं तुम्ही इन्फॉर्मेशन डिटेक्ट करताय. तुम्हाला इमेज नकोय, त्या इमेज मधली माहिती तुम्हाला पाहिजे, इन्फॉर्मेशन पाहिजे. सो these steps can be known as mid level processes. These steps can be known as low level processes. आपण काल शिकलो का नाही टाइप्स ऑफ different types of image processing, right? Image to image, image to information, information to image. So these steps are producing image to image. That means low level processes, and these steps can be identified as mid level processes. Clear with this? समजलंय का इथपर्यंत सगळ्यांना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have discussed all these things. What do you mean by image processing? What is image enhancement? What is image restoration? Again, I have discussed here in more detail. You can go through the slides. Okay. Soon I will share these PPTs with you on your WhatsApp group. You can go through that. Okay. मी आता जे शिकवलं त्याचंच इथे एक्सप्लेनेशन दिलेलं आहे. ओके. सो तुम्ही ते बघू शकता. This is color image processing, wavelet. This is image compression. Then what is in morphological processing? What do you mean by image segmentation? What is representation and description? What is recognition? And all that. Now, the next point is components of the image processing. Don't confuse between the steps in digital image processing. Steps म्हणजे actually application. What different steps that you can or what different applications you can apply on that image. म्हणजे इमेज वर तुम्ही काय काय प्रोसेस करू शकता ते म्हणजे स्टेप्स इन द इमेज प्रोसेसिंग. अँड व्हॉट आर द कॉम्पोनंट्स ऑफ इमेज प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टीम मीन्स व्हॉट if you have any particular image processing system, what are its necessary systems that you require to have the image processing system. म्हणजे इमेज प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टीम मधले कॉम्पोनंट्स काय असतात म्हणजे पार्ट्स कुठकुठले असतात. आणि स्टेप्स इन द इमेज प्रोसेसिंग म्हणजे काय, त्या इमेज वर तुम्ही कुठकुठल्या स्टेप्स करू शकता. So don't get confused between the steps that is fundamental steps of image processing, and components of image processing. These two are different, right? So don't confuse between the fundamental steps and components. Components is nothing but what parts or what hardware, what software that you require, that is component. And steps is nothing but what applications or what processes that you can carry out or that you can apply onto your image, that is fundamental steps. Clear with this? So we will stop here. In today's lecture, we will cover this components of the image processing system. Okay. Whatever I have explained you, if you have any query regarding that, you can ask me right now. No problem. काय कळलं नाहीये तर विचारा. If you have any query, you are free to ask. Okay, then I will consider you are through with all the concepts that we have discussed today. From next lecture, we will start our discussion with this components of image processing. Okay, for today's, we will stop here.